Welcome all of you to another video of Maths Made Easy. Now in this video, I'm going to take up the ICSE topic, which is matrices. Very important topic, and sometimes this is also regarded as an easy topic, and then the sums start coming wrong in the exam. So in this video, I'm going to pinpoint the places where it can go wrong. So if you watch the video from the beginning to the end, you will notice that the parts where you might go wrong, which is generally gone wrong, has been mentioned again and again. Okay, so please watch the video till the end. This entire video, this entire chapter will be done in a total of 2 videos. Okay, and after that I shall be uploading a video where I shall be taking up only the important questions, that is past years questions of ICSE, in a separate video. Also, you can subscribe the channel because I shall be uploading many question papers, worksheets in the very near future. So let's start then. Now, what is a matrix? Okay, what is a matrix? A matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers. That is a simple thing because it has many uses after this. Okay, as of now, I can only tell you that it is an arrangement of numbers and calculations based on that. Okay, so this is an arrangement of numbers and calculations based on that. So we are going to learn how to calculate this rectangular setup or arrangement of numbers. Means a matrix is written like this: A, B, C, D. It can also be written as A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Means these are all numbers, or it can be anything, any element. Okay, these are called elements of the matrix. Okay, it can also be written like this: A, B, C and D, and it can also be written like this. Okay, where each one of them can be a number, can be a variable, okay, can be a whole expression also. It can be a whole expression. So here, now these are matrices. Now if I talk about this one, this is a square matrix. Okay, this is a square matrix. This, as you can see, is the rectangular matrix. Okay, this is a column matrix, and this is a row matrix. Now what exactly makes it a column and what exactly makes it a row matrix is square is, it is 2 rows, equal number of rows and columns. These are the rows and these are the columns. Vertically goes the columns and horizontally goes the rows. So here this is a square matrix because the number of rows is equal to the number of columns. If you check here, the number of rows is not equal to the number of columns. There are 2 rows and there are 4 columns. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, here this is a column matrix. When there is just one, there can be any number of rows. These are the rows, but there is just one column. Okay, this is a row matrix where there is only one row, but there can be any number of these form the columns. There are 4 columns in this. It can be any number. I have given an example of 4 of them. Okay, so these are the different types of matrix. Now we come to one very important thing that you must know is the order of the matrix. Order. Okay, in order of the matrix is always equal to number of rows into number of columns. Okay, so this is the order of the matrix. Okay, number of rows into number of columns. So if I want to write order of this, 2 by 2, this is how we say. Here how many it is? Rows comes first. So 4 by 1. This is how many? 2. Yes. Number of rows is 2. 2 by 4. Right. Number of rows is 2 and this is by 4. This is number of row is just, okay, number of rows is 1. Okay, and number of columns is 4. So note here, this becomes a 4 by 1, okay, rows first, column next. This becomes a 1 by 4 matrix. Okay, now there are few more types of matrices, like we have the diagonal matrix and we have the unit matrix. Okay, so the unit matrix, what is the unit matrix? Now unit matrix, these can be of any order, but now unit matrix is also called identity or identity matrix. Now these names will be used when we start with the exercises. So unit matrix or identity matrix. Now in unit matrix or identity matrix, you will see it is just any matrix, any order, okay, but then it is, now unit matrix has to be necessarily a square matrix, okay, number of rows has to be equal to the number of columns, and this is called the principal diagonal, and all the elements, that is left corner to right bottom corner, left top corner to right bottom corner, and all of these matrices or all of these elements on the diagonal has to be a 1, and the rest of them can be has to be zeros, not can be, has to be zeros. 1 0 0 0 1 0 and 0 0 1, okay. So here again the diagonal elements are 1. So this is a 2 by 2 unit matrix, this is a 2 by 2, and this is a 3 by 3 unit matrix. So remember, a unit matrix has to be a square matrix, okay. So these are my different unit matrices. Apart from this, we also have diagonal matrix, okay. Now what is a diagonal matrix? What is a diagonal matrix? In a diagonal matrix, okay, in a diagonal matrix, it is again a square matrix, but then here the diagonal elements, it is 2 0 0 3. So diagonal elements, instead of, this is a principal diagonal once again, instead of being a 0 or instead of being a 1 here, it can be some other number, but then it is non-zero elements, and here we have zeros. So other than the diagonals, all are 0. In the diagonal we have non-zero elements, okay, but then the non-zero elements, when in a diagonal matrix, when all of these become 1, these principal diagonal elements become 1, then it becomes a unit matrix. So I can have a 3 by 3 matrix also, okay. In a 3 by 3 matrix, let me fill up like this, and then 0, let's say 2 3 4 and 0 0 0. So this is also a diagonal matrix, okay. Now transpose of a matrix. What is transpose of a matrix? Now transpose of a matrix, okay. So transpose of a matrix is obtained by interchanging the rows and columns. And how do we write? A is a matrix, then its transpose is A dash, okay. How do we write it? Let's say we write 1 2 3 and 4, okay, then its transpose, okay, this is matrix A, then matrix A dash, okay, this is matrix A dash, is going to be rows changed to columns 1 2 and 3 and 4, this is A dash. You can do this for any other matrix as well, okay. So supposing I have 2 3 1 0 4 and 7, this is matrix A, then matrix A dash is going to be now C, okay. This is going to be 2 sticks where it is 2 3 1 0 4 7. So that is the meaning of transpose. You always get at least one marker from transpose. Equality of a matrix is when two of the matrix, the rows and columns are exactly identical. You don't want only the same elements present in the matrix, but exactly identical elements are present, then you call it equality of matrices, okay. Now in matrix we shall be learning about many things, different operations on matrices, okay. So with these, whatever we learned, we are going to learn addition of matrices, yes, we are going to learn even subtraction. These are pretty simple, okay. Subtraction of matrices. We are going to learn scalar multiplication of matrices, and then we are going to learn matrix multiplication, okay, matrix multiplication. These are the main 4 things that we'll be learning in this chapter. So why I am telling this is, as I do the sums, you will find these two, they don't separate it out, it almost comes together. So these two come almost together, and then we'll be doing this. This will be done in a separate video because this is the toughest portion of matrix. This is where the main 4 markers come from. Okay, the higher number of questions in your in the second part of the paper, where you have the optional part of the paper, where that is where these come. Okay, so this is the toughest, needs a lot of practice, needs a lot of understanding. Biggest number of mistakes happen in this. Okay, so that is going to come up in the next video. As of now, I am going to take up these 3 in this video. So given, this is given x, y plus 2 and a 3 and a z minus 1, this is a z, okay, is equal to 3, 1, 3, 2. Okay, find x, y, z, that's the question. Find x, y, z. Okay, that's the question. So you have to find x, y and z. Now this is, since they have told this matrix is equal to that matrix, so we don't have any more problem. We can straight away equate this to this. X is equal to 3, no calculations required. Y plus 2 is a 1. Okay, 3, see, 3 is 3 only, and z minus 1 is a 2. So from this, if I solve this, y is equal to 1 minus 2, which is y comes to a minus 1. Okay, and here if I do 2 plus 1, simple linear equations, this is z is 3. So my 3 values are here. Okay, I got my x, y, z's. This was the first sum, so it was very, very simple. Okay, then let's take the other question. If A is 2 by 5, okay, B is 1 by 1, 4, not 2 by 5, 2, 5, you don't say 2 by 5. C is 6 minus 2. Then what are the things you have to find? You have to find B plus C, you have to find A minus C, A plus B minus C, A minus B plus C. Okay, so these are the 4 things I have to find with these matrices. Okay, so now how do we find B plus C? Okay, so let's see how we find B plus C. Now here B plus C, so all we have to write, you can do it in one step also, no need to write it. 1 plus 6, 7. Note that I am taking the corresponding positions. Okay, 1 plus 6, 7, minus 2 plus 4 is a plus 2. Okay, done. First answer is done. A minus C. Okay, then comes A minus C. Now A is here, minus C. Don't do the other way around simply because 6 is bigger. If they have told A minus C, it is 2 minus 6, which is a minus 4. It shouldn't be 6 minus 2 and 4 and all. You have to follow the order correctly. Now this is 6 minus, this is 2 minus 6, that's a minus 4. 5 minus, it is 5 minus 2, that comes to a 5 plus 2, right? 5 minus 2 because it's A minus C, and that comes to a 7. So we got A minus C also. Okay, now we will be doing these two. Now this is where you have to be little careful. Okay, so if you see two matrices with a plus sign, if this nothing is there means plus, these two can be added and from that this can be subtracted. Okay, so you can do that. And here also, see, note here what mistake happens. Now matrix can be very tricky sometimes. This one, people see this B plus C and they add B and C and then subtract the full sum from A, which is where they go wrong. How it should happen is A plus C minus B. You have to pick up the matrix with the sign in front of it and write it like this. So I repeat, you should not be doing B plus C first and subtract it from A. Okay, so let's start with these sums. So here we have A plus C, A plus B minus C. If it is A plus B minus C, then it is A plus B. This is simple. So it is 3 minus 6, okay, and this is 5 plus 4, 9 minus 2, because it is minus c. Okay, how much is it coming to? These are not 4 elements, these are just 2 elements with a calculation. This is minus 3 and this is 9 plus 2, which is 11. So I've got a plus b minus c. Okay, a minus b plus c. As I had told, I am going to do this. Okay, so now a plus c is an 8 and then 3. Yes, okay, 8 and 3. From that, let us subtract b. So 8 minus 1 and here minus 4. How much is it coming to? 7 by minus 1. So you can do these steps. You can eliminate some steps. As you saw, I did not write the individual matrices. I went straight to calculations. But note one thing, you should be copying these in your question paper and then checking. I always tell my students to copy the question in the answer sheet from the question paper and then check it immediately and not to check it after finishing the whole sum. Okay, that's one thing that is I always tell my students. Why? Because if you have finished the whole sum and then you are trying to check, you will be checking from the wrong sum only. Yes, okay, if you have copied it wrong, you are checking the wrong sum, which is a waste of time. If you have copied the sum wrong, another thing, then what will happen is you have already wasted so much of time. What happens? You don't get the answer. You keep checking and finally you go back and check if you have copied the sum correct. So the very first step is copy the sum in your paper, check immediately, then start calculating. Okay, so here it is 7 and minus 1. Okay, so this is how we got all 4 of them, and the important part in this was here. Rest everybody manages. It goes wrong here. Okay, so let us come to the next question, which is, they ask a question like this: write as a single matrix. Okay, what is write as a single matrix? That means they have given you 2 matrices, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and plus minus 1, minus 2, 1 and minus 7, and then you have to write as a single matrix. So here 1 and minus 1. Okay, so this is simple addition. Only thing is you need to understand the question, that's all. If it is subtraction, go ahead and subtract. So 1 and minus 1, that's a 0. 2 and minus 2, again 0. 3 and 1, that's a 4. And 4 and minus 7, that is a minus 3. Sum over and you have got it as a single matrix. Okay, now here is the sum. Okay, so find x and y in these. Okay, now they have told find x and y. You have to go little slow in these. Don't speed up too much in this type of sum. So 5 minus 1 and I write a 4. 2. If required, write the expression. Minus x. See, I am changing the sign of this because of this minus sign. Plus 1. That is becoming my second element. Please write down in the matrix form. Minus 1 minus 2. That's a minus 3. This is completely integer addition. Y minus 1 and then plus 3. Okay, this much you should write, otherwise your sum might go wrong. If it is only 2 elements, you can work it otherwise. So here 4, this is 3 minus x, right? So this is why I said go a little slow. Minus 3 and this is y plus 2. And that is equal to 4, this is 7 minus 3 and 2. So here, till here you can see first 2 elements are exactly equal. We just need to equate this to that. So here I am going to write 3 minus x is a 7, and so x is how much? 3 minus 7, which is minus 4x. So x is equal to minus 4. Okay, come to the second one, which is y plus 2 is a 2, y is equal to 0. So I have got my values of x and y as they had asked. So that was a simple one, I think, provided you are just careful in changing the signs of this. If you forget to change the signs, that is where the mistake happens. So if you are not changing the signs of this minus 3 and this x and this all this, you will go wrong. Given m is equal to 5 minus 3 minus 2, 4. Okay, and what you have to do, find, the question goes like this: m plus m dash. Now m dash you already know is the transpose, and m dash minus m. Okay, so these two questions. First thing, this is m. Let us get m dash. Okay, so as I have already told, 5 minus 3 minus 2 and 4 you have got both. M plus m dash is just add, so it is a 10 minus 3 minus 2, that's a minus 5, and then see I am adding corresponding, this is a minus 5 again, and this is an 8. Okay, and m dash minus m dash minus m, that is how much. So we'll have to keep this, if required let us write it only, so to reduce our chances of mistakes. Okay, so 5 minus 3 minus 2 and 4. Okay, so we have written it properly, m dash first, note that. Okay, and m later. Okay, so now we are going to work on it. So minus 5 and put a 0, minus 2 plus 3, that is a minus 2 plus 3 is a plus 1. Okay, you can write this plus, you cannot write this plus, it is okay. So this is minus 3 plus 2, minus 3 plus 2 is how much? Minus 1, and this is 4 minus 4, that's a 0. So we have got both our answers. Okay, now the next question is, write the additive inverse of the following matrices. Now what is additive inverse of the following matrices? Now A is equal to 6, 5. What is the additive? 6 minus 5. Now additive inverse of the matrix is simply that matrix which when added to this will give you a null matrix. Null matrix means all the matrices, all the elements are 0. So additive inverse of this, additive inverse is going to be how much? Is going to be minus 6 and plus 5. Simple. Okay, so now this can come in an MCQ. Now B is a matrix which is minus 2, 0, 4, minus 2, 0, 4 and 1, and we want the additive inverse of this, minus 1, sorry, additive inverse is going to be 2. Okay, is going to be 2, then it is going to be here 0 only, here we want a minus 4 to make it a null matrix, and here we need a plus 1. Okay, so that is, if we add these two, now you will get a null matrix. So that is the additive inverse. Okay, here we want find matrix X in each of the following. Okay, what is it? Let's see. E is equal to 2 minus, don't put commas in matrices, 2 minus 3. You are not supposed to put commas. In set theory you put commas. Okay, here you have 0, 2. Okay, just write it a little far away. C is going to be minus 1 and 4. And what is the equation? X plus B is equal to C minus A. Okay, so how do we find the matrix? Here we have to find the matrix X. Okay, so first thing is we will find C minus A. So here we are going to find C minus A. So C is this minus 1, minus 2. Okay, so it is minus 1, minus 2, and then it is 4 and plus 3. Okay, how much is it? So it is minus 3 and 7. That is C minus A comes to minus 3 and 7. Now let's take X is equal to minus 3, 7 minus B, just like we do in linear equations, 0, 2. Now how much does it come to? That comes to minus 3 minus 0. So that is minus 3, and this is 7 minus 2, that is a 5. So this is minus 3, 5. Don't write a comma. So I have got the value of X in this matrix. So it is exactly like linear equations only. So that was it in this video of matrices. In my next video, I shall be continuing with the chapter, and these were the few simple sums towards the beginning. So the first and kind of the second exercise. Okay, in the very next chapter, I shall be taking up multiplication of matrices in detail, and also few more very important questions. Okay then. Okay, so that's it for today. If you have liked the video, as I said, do not forget to like, share and subscribe. You will get all the links of the different parts of matrices in the description box. So that's it for today. Bye then.